Nikita, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, go on ahead and hit that subscribe button, and if you're already a subscriber, welcome back. Alright, so for this segment, we are talking about top 3, and I am doing top 3 with my best friend, my god sister. This is Melanice, aka Charlie. So we've been calling each other Charlie ever since that episode of Dave Chappelle when Charlie Murphy and Rick James was on there, and he kept calling his name, and it just kind of stuck, and we've been calling each other that ever since. So
it's been like 20, 15.
I don't know. It's been a long time. Yeah, a long time.
It's been a long time.
And so what we are going to do today is we are going to do a mukbang. But it actually started in Korea, and it's usually pronounced mukbang, but we as Southerners, or whatever the case may be over here in the States, we call it a mukbang. So in honor of that, I'm going to continue to call it that. And we are going to do one as we review over our top 3 most horrible movie remakes. And so what we're going to do a mukbang on over today is Lavinia's seafood. Now, just to give you a little background on what a mukbang is, it's usually where a host consumes a large quantity of food while interacting with an audience. It became popular in South Korea around 2010, and now it's considered a trend. Foods can range from pizza or noodles or to what we're doing today, which is seafood. That's the main one I see all the time, is seafood. So we don't just have any seafood here. We have Lavinia's. So here in Macon, we have a place called Lavinia's Seafood, and her slogan, or their slogan I should say, because it's a family-owned business, is get sauced up. They're known for all of their sauces on their foods, and they actually started off around here in a food truck. Now they had a store in Savannah, then they decided to do a food truck, and they went all around, and then they have a store here in Macon, and you can find it on Brookhaven Road 5033, and I'll put that down in the description below. Just a little background on them. They are a family-owned business since 2018, and their restaurant is named after their grandmother. In honor of her, they started in Savannah, decided to go mobile with a food truck, which had plenty of customers when it was located at the farmer's market, but now they have a standalone restaurant where they're serving food all the time, and people drive to them. From the video I saw, they come from like Statesboro and Atlanta and Augusta just to come and eat their seafood. So they're really good, and I've had them plenty of times, and they're the first ones I wanted to honor. And when I told her about what I wanted to do, she decided to give me one of her bottles of sauce. And so here it is. This is the regular sauce. They have like a spicy one, but I don't do spicy, so we are going to try that sauce as well too. And so what we're going to do is talk about the top 3 horrible movie remakes to us.
Yes.
So this is a disclaimer that we will say before everyone, okay? This is strictly our opinion. This is how we feel about a particular topic, and it's not meant to be taken seriously or to cause people to feel offensive about what it is that we say.
It's all fun.
It's all fun and games.
It's all fun and games.
So I have the most popular one, my platter, which is the 4750. They have a 4750 Super, which has like 2 big crab clusters, but I don't eat crab, so I'm going to give this to my daughter. But do you remember what the name of yours is?
No.
Okay. But
all I know is like 10 shrimp.
It's full of shrimp.
It's full of shrimp and 2 corn on the cob and potatoes and sausage. Big
crab cluster here. I'm just going to sit that to the side and say that for Cam, and we are going to dig right in. I might give you a piece. You can't have the whole thing. So spoiled. And I also got extra eggs. You can substitute different things on your plate for other items. So I substituted my corn for eggs, and we're going to dig right into it. So the only rule with the top 3 is that you're gonna save number 3 for the one that you can kind of tolerate, and then one is like the worst to you. And we didn't discuss ahead of time because we wanted to be interested to see were we gonna have the same choices. So I am going to go on ahead and start. What?
Like I have so many.
Yeah. But you gotta stick to 3, just 3. So we're gonna go ahead and dig in. And can you open this? Cause these nails ain't gonna let me be great. So do you want to start first? You want to give a little introduction about yourself before we start?
Hello, you guys. Like Keita said, my name is Melanice, aka Charlie.
Charlie.
I mean, she kind of hit everything on the head. We've been knowing each other since we were little, like kids.
Yes. Our granddaddy was
our family,
famous ice cream truck driver right here named Boy Red, if you're familiar with that.
Yes. Our families are really close.
Yes.
So
same family members.
Family, yeah, it's a lot. So.
And what is your occupation?
I work at River Edge with mental health patients or clients who are looking for employment.
I'm gonna say Grace. Question for others and care for our food as a nurse and stop by for Christ's sake. Amen.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to dig right in. I'm gonna let y'all see what my plate looks like.
I'll open it.
I am. Let's see. I'll let y'all see what my plate is looking like. It is looking good, and I'm ready to dive in. Got plenty of napkins, something to drink. We are going to go on ahead and start. I'm gonna just dip regular, and I will let you go first. What is your number 3?
Number 3. Worst remake to me. I have to say, it's so many. So I'm just throwing one out.
Oh wait, before you start, let me just say this. Let's not get remake and sequel confused, because I was having a discussion with some of my family members, and they were naming sequels, and I had to tell them, no, a sequel and a remake are 2 different things. A remake is they took that movie, redid it, and maybe added some other characters or made the characters a little different. A sequel is just the next part. And we will be doing a sequel video as well. So good. So we're just doing remakes right now. So what's your number 3?
I'm gonna have to say the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Okay. Go in with the egg.
It was just horrible. I felt like it was disrespectful. I felt like it was real disrespectful to Wes Craven. Rest in peace. The original Freddy, Robert Englund.
Was he alive when they did this remake? What did he think about it?
No comment. It was just horrible. I don't even have anything to say. It was just horrible. I mean, it was just horrible. It was like the storyline was, to me, it was kind of like all over the place. A lot of overacting, and I think when you do a remake, if you're gonna put a younger generation in a remake, make sure they've done their homework on the original.
Right. I mean, Freddy is like, that's a G right there. Like, that's the man.
Like, you shouldn't even feel comfortable. Like, if somebody came to me and about...
I'm going to go on ahead and dig, because that's my number 3 too. Okay. That's my number 3.
Okay, yeah.
So, go on ahead. We'll both discuss it, since that's my number 3 as well.
If somebody came to me asking me to do any type of Freddy Krueger remake, I would be honored. But then I think I would do good, because me being an 80s baby and a horror fanatic, you gotta come with your A game. You can't just come up there, yeah, some little new generation here. Yeah, I seen it. and really they only probably seen it once, or if they've seen it multiple times, they really ain't paid attention to it. And just,
I mean,
and
first
then,
off,
and then why do they have the kids in the movie? They all acting just weird, like
first off, they
they're weird.
mess with the storyline because in the original, Freddy is like just a child killer, and then in the remake, they had him like messing with
A
kids.
molester.
Yeah,
and I was like, huh?
like, no, like,
And it's like the the actors and the actresses is, I mean, I don't know, man.
they could have did better.
They
should have sat down for a while.
They should
Thought about this.
They should have thought about it. They should have, of course, had Wes Craven. It's his movie. They should have had him do it. They should. I mean, it. Next.
It kind of remind me just a little bit.
Just next.
Of like a low budget Lifetime movie. No.
It's like those movies that be like Tubi, like them bad horror movies. They be like on Tubi TV. And it's like, who sat down and thought who thought about this? This wasn't a good idea, but I mean, let's move on.
Okay, so since I also picked that for my number 3, I go to my number 2. My number 2 most horrible movie remake is Pet Sematary.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Pet Sematary. First off, okay, they decided to switch the little boy up who passed away with the little girl.
Gage.
But I mean, it was so bad.
I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, don't even waste your time. Like it was.
I knew from the preview with the kids walking around with the animal head.
That was not in the original. Let's make that clear. Like, if you have not seen the original Pet Sematary, please watch it. Like, and don't go and watch the new one because the new one is a mess.
People just out here just really out here messing up.
And I was looking like, why did you got these masks on? That wasn't in the movie. Like, I understand that people are trying to do something different to update it, but that wasn't.
That's not the right way.
No, I give that one on like a scale of 1 to 10, and you ain't seen that one. I give that about a 3. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
What's your number 2?
My number 2. I can't even comment on this because I haven't seen it, but I heard horrible things. I have to say, Child's Play.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew. I was gonna mouth it because I knew you were gonna say that.
I haven't seen it, but and it's crazy because it's like now you can tell if a movie is garbage just by looking at the preview. So when I saw the preview and then after the movie came out, and then I read the reviews, I was just like, oh, this is just trash. So I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, and I don't want to see it.
And I don't want to see it.
I'm good. I'm good on that.
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
All right, so what is your number 1 pick?
My number one pick.
Horrible. I can't believe they did this. Who sat down and said this was good? Who did that?
I'm going to have to say Rob Zombie's Halloween remake.
I haven't. Like, you love Halloween.
I love it.
I haven't seen. I didn't even know they remade that.
It was like it was like in the 2000s.
Okay.
It was.
So how far did they stray off from the original?
They strayed. It wasn't even. It was just. It was all over. I walked out the movie theater.
Really?
I did. I walked out. I walked out on. I walked out on it. I tried. Like I think I waited. Or was it Halloween 2? It was one of them. I walked out on because I was like, this is just ridiculous. Because it was like no, that was Halloween 2. Where Michael's seeing his mama and a white horse, and it was just ridiculous. I was like, what? This ain't got nothing to do with Halloween 2 from back in the 8. Like it had nothing to do with it. Yeah. It was so horrible. I didn't like how they made it look like Michael Myers came from a dysfunctional family. I didn't like that. Because they had him like his mama was a stripper.
What?
The dad, the stepdad was an alcoholic and he was abusive but in the original Halloween they had where it appeared that he had two. He came from a stable household, two stable parents. Of course they didn't really get into all that. They just really just dive right into it. But Halloween, the remake, they spent too much time. They just had him like he just lived just dysfunction. It was retarded, and I walked out on it. I could not believe I paid what I think what it was.
Paid to see this food.
I paid to see it. Like it was just and I actually tried to give it
a chance.
Like later, I tried to give it a chance, and I watched it all the way through. Like when it had came out. When it was on TV.
You want to try some sauce?
Yeah. And when it came out, I tried to give it a chance, and it was just real bad. Still, it was just bad, and
but basically no help.
None.
You know, sometimes you have to sit back and reflect.
Yeah, it's just it was just still just real bad, and
Would you watch it all the way through?
I did. I can't believe I sat there and watched it. It was like watching paint dry. It was just, I was just like, I cannot believe, this is horrible. It was just, it was disrespectful once again to the originals. It's just disrespectful. It's just and I felt like it was long, drawn out. It was just long and drawn out. They just had him, like I said, it was like he was in a dysfunctional family and hospital. They had him like it was like trailer trash. And I was like, like the original, it looked like the parents had just came from dinner or came from some type of party. They had on like their nice clothes and like they looked like they had came from like a party or some type of event. But this one they had, the mama was a stripper, the stepdaddy he was looking at, the stepdad. It was just a mess. It was just, all that was a CPS report.
Waiting to happen.
It was just horrible. So, I don't know, man. But, you know.
Yeah,
who am I, you know?
So, my number one is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Was a remake of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp.
Okay, Johnny Depp.
Lord, when I love me some Johnny Depp, but he should have, when he looked at this, he should have said nope and walked away. Cause first off, his backstory. Willy Wonka didn't have a backstory. Let's get that straight. He had a backstory for the movie far as like his factory. This guy in the new one, daddy was a dentist, didn't want him eating candy, and that's why he created a candy factory. It was, when I say it was so bad, I was just like this the whole time. Like, what's going on? I'm just confused. Like, I was kind of confused. The little boy, after he decided, he didn't even want the chocolate factory.
Who wouldn't want a chocolate factory?
Like, after Willy Wonka offered him the chocolate factory live, but he told him couldn't nobody stay there but him. I don't know why he would tell him that. Then the little boy said no. So Willy Wonka said okay, and then just left. And then thought about it for a while, and he came back. That didn't happen in the first movie.
People don't think things through. They just, stuff sound good. Like, at my job, when these clients come in and tell me they want a job, it just sounds good.
And then, like, towards the end, Willy Wonka go to visit his daddy, because he hadn't seen his daddy in a long time, and his daddy look at his teeth and stuff. I'm like, what this got to do with the chocolate factory.
But you know what's funny though about the original chocolate factory? And I know we talked about this, and I'm pretty sure other people have talked about it. The fact that Charlie was like the one that was like trying to like take care of the family.
Mm-hmm.
You got all these grown folk in the house. Ain't nobody working, and as soon as the granddaddy hear about, okay, we going to the chocolate factory, he done jumped up. Like,
but in the new one, somebody was working like with toothpaste.
was it the granddaddy?
Mm-hmm. I can't remember that how bad it was or how long ago it was that I watched it.
But still, shout out to the original.
The original was like 1,000 times better.
Right, shout out to the original still. I don't know, man. People don't be thinking stuff through. It just sounds good.
You know how in the original there was like geese that laid golden eggs?
Mm-hmm.
In the new one it was like squirrels pushing stuff through. I mean, it was just, I don't know.
It was all over the place.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Mm-mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Mm-mm.
Sometimes,
Man. Just don't know.
Just don't know. Don't know what folk be thinking. Well, thank you guys for tuning in with us. The food was so good. Still eating. Definitely not gonna be defended. You have a plate full when you go to her, and the prices are amazing. I want to say I paid like $24.99 for like all of this, and her food might have been like $14. And you get a whole bunch, and you definitely can't sit down and eat it in one sitting. So thank you, and thank you so much for this sauce. It is really good. It's not like saucy or anything. It's just really, really good. I appreciate you so much. I wish I did eat spicy food. I would have took you up on the offer of the spicy sauce. But I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys for tuning in to us. And tune in next time where we'll be talking about sequels that we really didn't need.
The light of day.
Shouldn't even came about. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Thanks, Charlie.
Hello, got me.